The dude God, now live in the trap. It's your boy, Trap Astrology. Only place you can get real nigga interpretations and translations for anything astrology, astronomy, or spiritual. You dig? Then I forgot my own intro on this bitch. Look. Alright, so look, it's the new moon in this bitch today. Or a couple hours ago, whatever the fuck, but it's today. And so I only do tarot pulls like 3 times, for 3 occasions. Like started every season, and if y'all don't know, I go by my calendar go by like zodiac season. So it's 12 seasons for me. Or what I call seasons type shit, not like that. But moral of the story is basically change of the sign, I do a 3-card pull, you know what I'm saying? But for every full moon or new moon, I do these tarot transit readings where I basically put 12 cards out, and in a circle, and I pull for each house. So for example, for me, I got the new moon transiting in my 8th house. So I'll pull up the 8th card that's in the circle, that's in the 8th house card, and check out what energies I got up, present during this new moon. So I would usually only do that shit for myself, but I was like, fuck it, shit, might as well see what this motherfucker do. Even though my astrology videos don't relate that many numbers, like my gossip girl ass videos, but whatever. Neither here nor there. Damn, it's a dread. Yeah, I said dread like that. All right. But neither here nor there. So already got the cards out. We finna pull them bitches right now, and just like I said, this shouldn't be too long. Probably like 20 minutes or something. And we just gonna see what energies is going on, like not just with the tarot cards, because the tarot cards just tell you what energies is present. They don't always necessarily pertain to you. Sometimes they can pertain to, like, that card could be somebody else could be being used as a vessel for that energy that's in that card, not necessarily you. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes it ain't a direct, especially with minor arcana cards. Those are like kind of day-to-day problems. Like I said, once I finish up my tarot card translation series, niggas, I have a clear like standpoint to the shit. But basically here today, what we trying to do is, like I said, just beware what energies we got coming in, because the new moons and the full moons is always powerful. But people always sleep on the new moons. Everybody always gets super geeked up off the full moons, but people don't understand. Like, to me, people missing out. Like, if you don't do your work on the time to do your work is on the new moon. Like, the full moon is when you reaping your reward. Like, the full moon is payday. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's a long ass payday away, because whatever you reap on that full moon, you had to have manifested on the new moon of that, which is usually like 6 months out. Like, for example, we got the new moon in Taurus right now. It ain't gonna be a Scorpio full moon. I mean, ain't gonna be a Taurus full moon till Scorpio season, because for it to be a full moon, the moon gotta be in the opposite sign as the sun to fully illuminate it. You get what I'm saying? Because right now it's 0 is illuminated because they're in the same spot. So that's what make it the new moon type shit. You get what I'm saying? So if y'all just don't know why it's a new moon, or why it's a solar eclipse and all that type of shit, like, well, right now it's a partial eclipse, lunar eclipse, but that's basically how that shit works. If the sun and the moon happen in the same sign, it's gonna be a new moon. And if the sun and the moon happen to be in opposite signs across from each other, then it's gonna be a full moon. That's gonna be from 0% illuminated to 100% illuminated. But niggas be sleeping on the new moons just because, like I said, there ain't nothing to see. You look up and then you think you ain't seeing nothing. But what you really seeing is opportunity. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people look at nothing. They look at space and they look at that shit like it ain't nothing there. But when it ain't nothing there, it's the ability and it's the opportunity for you to create whatever your mind you can set it to. You get what I'm saying? Whatever you can create in your subconscious and bring down to trickle down to reality, that's what you can put into that blank canvas. So the new moon is the most important time. This is the time to get into them esoteric streets. The full moon is the time to sit the fuck down. You don't really want to play with that energy, because niggas don't be knowing what they put out in the first place. So the new moon is the time to bust out your rituals and bust out your spells and shit, and try to bring in shit and start new beginnings and start new rituals and start new patterns and start new things. Cause in a couple months, when it's that full moon, that same sign, you gonna reap them benefits, and it's gonna slap your ass like a motherfucking stimulus check. It's gonna be like, damn, I wasn't even expecting this little 1,200. You get what I'm saying? So I guess we can start off just with Taurus, cause it's Taurus season right now, and really with Taurus, with that new moon happening in your first house, it's really all about choosing yourself. You get what I'm saying? It's all about putting you first and separating yourself from niggas who want to kind of control you. You get what I'm saying? Motherfuckers who kind of want to put you on their path. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you got that new moon happening in your first house, you can really, because you also got because if you got Taurus in the first house, and you also got the North Node sitting in your first house right now. So the North Node can always push you towards creating your own reality, creating the life that you came here to do. Your North Node is all about going into energy that may be scary, may be new, may be unfamiliar, but it's what you came here to do. It's kind of like your soul passion to do, regardless of you acknowledge it or not. Subconsciously, your North Node is always where you trying to go into this lifetime. So basically, like I said, with the new moon happening in your first house in Taurus, it's about putting yourself first and choosing to blaze your own trail. You get what I'm saying? Whatever that you got opinions or aspirations or goals that you personally got, there's not really a time for you to be going out seeking advice from nobody. You get what I'm saying? You can kind of go with your gut move with this new moon happening in your first house. You know what I'm saying? You really can. You probably, like I said, you probably can come out with a new look. Might can change your hair up. Come with a little different drip. You know what I'm saying? Come with a little different sauce than you usually come with. It might be well received right now. And the card that I had pulled was the Page or the Princess of Wands. I see that right there. And cause I got my little thing right here. Y'all don't gotta see all of that though. But like I said, the Page or the Princess, I haven't got to the minor arcana cards in my tarot card translations, but in a nutshell, the Page or the Princess energy, that's like a childlike energy. So like imagine like a child that's like going outside to play for the first time, and he experiencing everything, and he can't really do no wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like if a child go outside for the first time and he like fuck up your flowers or something, you're not gonna cuss the nigga out because this is his first time out and he just experiencing shit. You get what I'm saying? So when you this go along with choosing yourself. This is like kind of embody the Fool card a little bit. You wanna kind of go out and you wanna be childlike. You wanna go out and experience and say yes. If people want, if a motherfucker invites you to go do some shit and your gut telling you yeah to go, but you thinking like, oh, I ain't got that much money, or I don't know about this, I don't know about that, but your gut telling you to go and motherfuckers is inviting you, just say yeah. If the opportunity presents itself, say yeah. Not so much somebody telling you to do something, but if opportunity, you know what I'm saying, whatever opportunity look like to you. So if you got opportunity that come in front of you, you need to just be saying yeah and exploring those options and exploring those new avenues that could be coming your way with the new moon happening in your first house. You get what I'm saying? And now quickly moving on to the second house, which is so that was Taurus rising. Second house would be like Aries rising. So your second house, that's all about like kind of like your resources, shit that you value. How people value you, what's shit that you what people think your value is. You get what I'm saying? That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? How you strategize making money, how you save your money, how you stack your money up. That's all what your second house and shit is about. And with the new moon happening in your second house, it's bringing life to you being self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing light to you not really leaning on nobody else. With Taurus energy, is all about doing for yourself, so nobody else got to do for you. Like a Taurus gonna eat the best steaks and smoke the most za, and they gonna do that shit on their own dime. They not really gonna sit here and wait for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? All my Taurus, all the Tauruses I know, I ain't never gotta go and catch the za. Them niggas usually blowing the za. Them niggas usually, you know, buying the dinners and buying the cars and shit. And they kind of doing the most luxurious shit, because to them that's what life is. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing it to the most luxurious, you know, degree, then you're not living life to a Taurus. You get what I'm saying? So when you got that new moon going on in Taurus in your second house, that's bringing life to you being more self-sufficient with your resources. That's what you being more. You like I said, you not leaning on nobody else. You creating new avenues and you creating new ways to be sufficient in new revenues and income. This might also be putting an end to a certain income, and you might be like, damn, you know, I was making good money off that. You know what I'm saying? You could have been a motherfucker that was, you know, you could have been selling za, and you know, damn, I was making good money off za. I gotta stop selling za. But then you might come and get the super za. You know what I'm saying? You might was selling $60 za, and your plug might shake bad on that shit. So you're like, damn, you know, fuck, man, I was booming with the $60 za. You might take a trip to Cali. You might bump into another plug who give you the same numbers, but this $80 za, this $100 za, this big boy za. You get what I'm saying? So now, you know, it was a death to one income, but it shed light on a whole new source of income that triple your money. You get what I'm saying? So don't be scared to put depth to something, because you can't bring life to nothing without putting depth to something else. You get what I'm saying? So this is all about creating new streams of revenue. You know what I'm saying? Creating self-sufficient ways to sustain yourself without having to worry and lean on nobody else. You get what I'm saying? And the card that we pulled was the universe card, or the world card. And the world card, you know, in reverse, that's all about, you know, and actually, I forget. Let me dive into this tarot book by Tina Gone. I should have did it for the first time, but I be forgetting. She got some good interpretations in here. But and some keywords she got is about, you know, lack of closure, evaluating wounds, tackling loose ends, aligning your inner self with your outer self. You know, with the world card going on in your second house, this is really getting your shit in order. You get what I'm saying? This is, like I said, aligning your inner self with your outer self. So that means aligning your resources with your goals and aspirations. So you got to realize, okay, if I want to buy a house, my credit ain't where it need to be. So for these next 6 months, let me make sure I'm paying all my bills on time. Let me get with some credit repair motherfuckers. Let me set the groundwork myself. Let me not rely on nobody. Let me set the groundwork and put the paper down myself. Let me put the work in myself. You get what I'm saying? Let me put this work in myself so in 6 months I'll be able to go to the bank and they'll be able to give me a loan to get a crib. You get what I'm saying? If that's something you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about looking at yourself and seeing, okay, where is my flaws at? With my money, okay, if I'm making this amount of money, but I'm spending too much money and I'm always running out of cash, or I'm always pressed for cash or low on cash. Let me look at my spending habits. Let me look at my things that I'm spending money on. Let me check in with that shit. Let me see where I can, you know, rearrange some things and save some couple dollars. Maybe I can go grocery shopping and not eat out 4 nights a week, and I can save $200-300. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, something like that. And better align yourself to, you know, have your resources and have your money in order and be able to, you know, put yourself in a valuable position. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no value if it ain't always money, but you can't have no value if you ain't got no access. If money is access, you get what I'm saying? If you ain't got no access to do shit that you want to do, you get what I'm saying? If you work a job and you make a lot of money, but you work every single day, then you really ain't got that much access. You got money, but you ain't got that much access. You can't really do shit with your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why if you ever been down, like I live down south for niggas in Louisiana, and this niggas who work at the plant, them niggas will make $20-something, $30-something an hour, and they get paid every week. Checks be like $2,400, $2,500 a week. And these niggas do not even have a car, And you'll wonder, like, damn, where does all this nigga money going from? And it's like, this nigga work, 14 days on, 14 days off, and he stack up a whole bunch of money in them 14 days, but he ain't got access to do nothing. So in them 14 days when he ain't working, all he do is spend that whole money. Any money he stacked in that 14-day that 14-day run, he finna spend 90% of it on his 14 days off because he ain't had no access. So he trying to make up for lost time because he know he finna have to go back home for 14 days. So he really don't be having time to stack. You get what I'm saying? So you got this card in that type of position, you got to realize, okay, I got a plan. Okay, I got a treat. I can spend this much a day and still stack up 2-3 G's a paycheck, or still stack up 2-3 G's a month, 4 G's a month. You get what I'm saying? This is ways for you so you can strategically place yourself into valuable positions. You get what I'm saying? And if you want to be valuable to somebody else, you have to, one, have access, and two, you have to have availability. You get what I'm saying? So trying to find cohesion with those two things can be a tough thing with, balancing work, life, and play. You know what I'm saying? But this card is about working on that. This card is about pinpointing, where can I work on this to be better at this? Where can I work on this to be better at work? Where can I work on this to be a better friend or have better fun at the crib? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Now, moving on to your third house. So that would be probably what, Pisces rising. And like I said, your third house is all about your local community, places where you grew up. I like to say your third house, if your 11th house is about like friends, associates, your third house is about like close ones, siblings, people that you could be bored with, shit like that. And with your new moon going on in that house, you really need to tap into your community. You need to really tap into your local resources. You get what I'm saying? You really need to use close ones and friends, and you need to learn from them. It's opportunities that they probably got that if you would just ask them or talk to them or spark up conversation with loved ones or close ones in your community, in your close proximity, you will learn some new shit. You will have some new avenues. You probably have some new plays on the table from motherfuckers in your local community if you tapped in with your local community. If you tapped in with your people in your close proximity. If you tapped in with your neighbors. You get what I'm saying? Like third house, you know what I'm saying? Your third house is, like I said, it's all about your local community and your close friends. So with the new moon there, this could be about starting up a new relationship, or starting up a new business, or starting up something fresh with people that's in your local community, or opening up a new venture in your local community. You get what I'm saying? Something that's ingrained in it though. And the card that I pulled for was the Magician. And the Magician card is all about using your tools, knowing your resources, tapping in to motherfuckers, looking around you and seeing, okay, if I want to make movies, I know this nigga right here, he got a camera. This nigga right here was always good with writing. I got this motherfucker right here that's a lawyer, and putting all of them pieces together to create yourself a movie studio. You get what I'm saying? With all the people and all the pieces that you already had put together. You get what I'm saying? That's what the Magician is about. It's about using your tools and resources and putting them bitches together to work magic for you. You get what I'm saying? So that's with the new moon going in the third house. That's kind of the energy that we playing with right there. Now your fourth house, now that's all about, home and family. You get what I'm saying? Strictly. And this is probably the shortest one for my Aquarius risers right here in the fourth house. And this is basically just new beginnings in the home and the family life. So that could be moving to a new place, or thinking about, if you're thinking about moving and you need to sign, this probably the sign to go ahead and look for some spots to get a new little crib, get a new flat. You get what I'm saying? This could be about new additions to the crib. You could be like getting a pet. You could be doing that type of shit right now. With the new moon in here, it's a good time for you to go ahead and bring a pet into the household. You get what I'm saying? This also a good time to start things. Like I said, not start things, but renovate things in your house. You may not be wanting to move, but you may want to do some spring cleaning and rearrange some shit and reorganize some shit and just renovate some shit in your crib and change some things up and have some new beginnings that should bring some new energy, some new feng shui to the building. You get what I'm saying? Now the card I pulled for this was the Princess or the Page of Cups. Now, I'm gonna keep going back to this book every so often just to get a different perspective other than mine on the shit. So with Tina Gong, let's see what she got to say about the Page of Cups. Now, like I said, that page energy, before I even get into the book, that page energy, that princess energy is all about childlike energy, new experiences, new journeys. It's like the food card. It's experiencing something with fresh eyes, something that you know what I'm saying, something that you probably ain't never did before. You get what I'm saying? Doing something that's new. And then, the cups, that's the water. So that's all about emotion, feelings, deep connections, shit like that. So, when you pull that card, okay, I just wanted to be sure. I was a little chopped. Some shit she got in here is about, some keywords she got for the Page of Cups or the Princess of Cups is create playfully, shy, idealist, dreamer, imaginative, trust your inner voice, be open to surprises. Like I said, with that new energy, with that page or that princess energy, that's childlike, that's fresh eye energy. You get what I'm saying? And with that cups, that's emotional. So that's treating emotional, treat emotional awareness in your house like a child. You get what I'm saying? Don't be overburdened with it. Don't look at it like you annoyed with it. Look at it with fresh eyes. You know what I'm saying? Look at feelings and emotion and the connections in the home and with people that with the family in the home. Look at those with fresh eyes, and you might have some you might have some new perspectives. You might have some new mindsets that come about with this new moon going through the fourth house. If you tap into that energy, or this card could be talking about other people around you having new fresh ideas or fresh mindsets or fresh new ways of emotional connection. You get what I'm saying? So be open to that type of shit with this type of energy present with the fourth house. And then we got the fifth house. So we just was on Aquarius rising, so now we on our Capricorn risings. What that mean? Capricorn risings with the new moon going on in y'all fifth house. You get what I'm saying? And with the fifth house, what the fifth house is all about? The fifth house is all about creativity. Fifth house is all about childlike playfulness. The fifth house is all about creative endeavors and children. And children, when people say children ain't just manifesting having a child. Your ideas is your children. Your creations is your children. If you sometimes I'll never forget. I got a reading one time and she was like, yeah, you make music. Next time you feeling all horny and shit, instead of going to have sex, go make a song. And I made a song with all that horny energy, and I made more money off that song. I wouldn't be here making this video today without that song. Let's just say that. You get what I'm saying? So she was right. You get what I'm saying? It's not always about, if you got this energy, you probably should wrap it up because it's heavy. It's heavy right now on you. You know what I'm saying? You might want to wrap it up if you got, Capricorn risings, new moon in the fifth house. You could be starting a new beginning with a child with this motherfucking energy. So you better, tread lightly. But it more so can be meaning you tapping into your creative endeavors. You tapping into having fun. Capricorn risings, y'all niggas is always stable. Y'all niggas is always got stability. Y'all niggas always keep a job or two. Y'all niggas always keep a crib. Y'all niggas always keep a car. A motherfucker ain't gonna never catch y'all slipping. You know what I'm saying? It's time to have a little fun with the new moon. It's time to start some new fun. Maybe start going bowling on Thursdays. You get what I'm saying? Maybe if you a bookworm or something, hop in a book club on Sundays or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Starting with this new moon. It's time to start tapping into your creative endeavors. Shit that makes you happy. Shit that makes the inner child in you smile. This is the type of shit that you need to be tapping into. You get what I'm saying? And then we got the card we pulled here was the Three of Swords. But that Three of Swords is in reverse. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't know about the Three of Swords, let's get into the Three of Swords. We're going to hop back into this tarot book. Now, the Three of Swords straight up, I ain't going to cap to you. It's no good. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, when you got it in reverse, some keywords that she got in here is like forgiveness, reconciliation, compromise, healing. You know, finding a resolution, seeking help. You get what I'm saying? Some shit like that. And like I said, this could be you cutting ties with a friend, or cutting some relationships off, or some friendships off with people that no longer suit you. Some people that you can't have fun with. Every time they come around, you feel like they draining you. Every time you come around, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always used to be in the friend that motherfuckers could lean on and ask to borrow $50 from. But now you the friend that want $50 so you can go get some Zod. You get what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers always asking you to babysit. Now you need a motherfucker. Now you need a favor from a nigga so you can go kick it. You get what I'm saying? And if a motherfucker can't give you that same energy back that you was giving out, because you always the strong friend. If they can't be the strong friend back to you when you want to kick it, then it's time you probably cut ties with them and have some, you know what I'm saying, and start fresh without them with this new moon going through the 5th house. You keep it, you know what I'm saying, to keep it a being. You know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers can't deal with you kicking it and having a good time and kikiing and shit, and they always, you know, they still looking at you, they mad because you don't want to sit on the phone and listen to them cry about bitches for 30 minutes and cry about dumbass shit that they can deal with the hoes for 30 minutes, and you telling them like, man, I'm trying to get dressed, bro. I'm finna go to R&B night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to hear all that rah-rah right now. You know what I'm saying? If they get mad at you, it's probably time that you stop fucking with that nigga for a minute. You get what I'm saying? So that's the energy that we got tapped in right now with the 5th house, with that Capricorn risings. Now we're gonna go into our Sagittarius rising, which is 6th house. And out the gate, you know, 6th house all about routine, health, work life. You know what I'm saying? What doing your work. 6th house and 10th house is kind of just about about work, but 6th house more so is about like mundane work, going to work that kind of like you just gotta work to, the work that pay the bills, doing shit that you don't want to do, routine shit like that. And with the new moon going into that shedding light onto you. Maybe taking new initiative with your health. You get what I'm saying? Starting a new health routine, starting a new diet, starting a cleanse. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you've been talking about being pescatarian. Maybe you made a New Year's resolution about being pescatarian. You ain't really tap in with it. Maybe this is the time to try that shit. It'll probably work out for you. It'll probably stick this time. You get what I'm saying? So with that 6th house and that new moon, it's bringing light to starting with new ideas, new work relationships. You might be at work and it might be a motherfucker that sat across from you for the last 6 motherfucking months, and y'all never said 2 words to each other, and y'all came in and got the same hoodie, and you like, oh shit, I didn't know you fuck with Dragon Ball Z. He'd be like, nigga, what? He's like, but that Broly my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all Dragon Ball bros. You know what I'm saying? So now you at work. Now you got another reason to come to work and enjoy yourself, because you opening and you starting to study stuff. You started new work relationships. You know what I'm saying? That energy can be abundant in your 6th house. But with the 6th house, you really got to be careful about your health. It ain't always all positive. This could be a start of a new disease or a new health concern. So if you need to be paying attention and stay on top of your health regimen and your routine and your daily tasks with this type of energy. Make sure that your organization is in order with the new moon going in. If it ain't, then it's a good time to start some new organization tactics with the new moon going through your 6th house. And the card I pulled was the 10 of Wands. Now, let's look into what she got to say in here. Now, y'all know that wand energy, that's the fire. You get what I'm saying? The 10 energy, now that's more so about, the 10 energy more so about like completion, fulfillment, ending, success, shit coming full circle. That's like 10 is like the last number before you get to the court cards, which is the pages or the princess, the knight, the kid, that type of shit. And Wands, that's fire. Anytime you see wands coming out the card, that's the fire. So that's action. That's doing. You know what I'm saying? So this can, off the back, without even looking into this book, you know, that could be energy about it. Like I said, and yo, it's upright. I thought it was. I thought it was back. That's about. That could be about you ending. You know what I'm saying? You ending something. You know, you might have been drinking crazy for the last couple months. You know what I'm saying? And this might be a time to bring it into that. You know, let's look at what she got to say about that. What's her interpretation of the Ten of Wands? Like I said, she got some good shit in here. And before I even get into it, a word that I was missing from the sixth house is like responsibility. So a big thing about the new moon in the sixth house is you probably gonna be taking on new responsibility. Like I said, and that could be new routines, new tasks, new things that you got to take in order, new bills that you might take on. You get what I'm saying? The sixth house is big about that. And the first word she got in here is responsibility for this tarot card for the Ten of Wands. That's what reminded me of it. That's how I know we align right now. You get what I'm saying? So some keywords she got is, you know, asking for assistance, knowing your talents, and prioritizing tasks. You get what I'm saying? You know, like I said, with this new moon going through your sixth house, you might be at work. And you might be at work and you might always have trouble with a task. It might be a motherfucker who, it's a breeze for that motherfucker. You might ask that nigga, hey, bro, you know, how you do that shit? You know what I'm saying? And now, since you didn't ask somebody, you know, you can get this task done a lot faster and make your work life a lot easier. You get what I'm saying? You ain't got to sit here and go through half your day doing some shit that it take this nigga 5 minutes to do. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, taking on responsibility. You know, this card is kind of about strain a little bit, you know, taking on kind of the weight of the world. But I wouldn't say you necessarily got to feel like that. It just could. Sometimes if you not responsible or you not a nigga who being organized, like if your room dirty as hell and there's clothes everywhere, it can feel like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders to go start to pick them clothes up and sort them out and to get just getting started and getting your first foot down can feel like the hardest thing ever. It can feel like the heaviest thing in the world. So I would feel like this card is more so saying is leaning on that type of energy. You know, don't get caught up in the weight of the problem. Just take it step by step. You get what I'm saying? The first step is always the hardest step. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't know where to start in routine or you don't know where to start and changing up your diet, you know, just take it small. All right, I'm just going to stop putting so much salt in my food. You get what I'm saying? Take it step by step. Ain't nobody telling you to drop dead and start eating grass, go vegan. You know what I'm saying? We just telling you to start being more health conscious with this energy right here. You get what I'm saying? Now that's the sixth house. Let's get into the seventh house. Now, the seventh house, you know, that's all about relationships. That's all about connections with people. That's all about, you know, relating to other individuals. You get what I'm saying? Now, with the new moon going through your seventh house, self-explanatory right there. That's new connections. That's new relationships. That's, if you a motherfucker who's single, it's probably the time to shoot your shot. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a time for it's a real fruitful time for you to start. You know what I'm saying? It's a real fruitful time for you to start relationships or situationships or just different connections with motherfuckers that that's in the world today. You know, the new moon is also about ending. So like I said, this could be about ending some shit this could be about ending some past relationships that no longer fit into your current structure of who you want to be or the type of motherfucker who you trying to be. You get what I'm saying? And this is for my Scorpio risings right here. You get what I'm saying? So it can get a little deep here, as Scorpio risings always know, because you might have to cut ties with some motherfuckers who you really feel deeply to. You get what I'm saying? You might have to cut some ties with some day ones. You get what I'm saying? But them day ones been shitty since day one, and you just got them around because of familiarity. You got them around to feel a certain energy from childhood that you don't even embody anymore. With the shit that they stand for, you don't even stand for anymore. You don't even embody that energy at all no more. So they literally just around for you to kind of feel like you not leaving that energy behind. And this new moon energy is the time to snip and step into the new, so you can create some new friendships and some new connections with motherfuckers that's gonna really take you to that next level of success or where you want to go in your, you know what I'm saying, in your life, in your path. You get what I'm saying? And the card I pulled was the Five of Pentacles. I pulled that shit in reverse though. Now we gonna see now the Pentacles. That's all about earth. That's all about stability. That's all about reality. That's all about stability. Shit that we can physically touch and physically manifest in the world today. You get what I'm saying? The number 5, that's more about, you know, kind of, I would say it's kind of about connections in a way, but it's more so about conflict, change, challenges, fluctuations, you know, that type of shit, you know. Not necessarily in numerology, but in the tarot community, that's kind of what 5 kind of represents. Now, in we're gonna look at what she got to think, what she got to say about the her interpretation for the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and some key words she just got is improving circumstances. Like I said, stability, realizing your value, building resources. Like I said, that's what that Pentacles is about. It's and when it's in reverse, you can be embracing empathy or reconsider your value, and like I said, just building resources. Like I said, with that 5 energy, with conflict and fluctuation and shit, you can feel conflicted about ending some of these relationships and ending some of these connections that you have with people that it no longer suits you to. Like I said, you may think that it's selfish for you to cut this person off because you've grown, but this person probably gonna see that without you around, they can be they self way more, because they ain't gotta sit there and try to fake it till they make it, because you is a whole different nigga, and y'all connection is some past shit that both of y'all just ain't on the same level no more. You get what I'm saying? And it could be good to them and bad to you, and then good to you and bad to them, and vice versa, just depending on who perception you're looking from. So this is all about, you know what I'm saying, you know, having the faith to, you know, cut those ties and build stability in your new relationships and your new connections, and, you know, facing those wholeheartedly so those can have solid foundation to grow into full fruition. You get what I'm saying? Now, we can go into the 8th house, which is actually the house that I got Taurus in. And the energy about the 8th house, you know, that's all about, you know, shared resources, you know, occult knowledge, you know, hidden knowledge, debt, sex to a degree, not really. But, you know, with the new moon going through there, this could be a time where you really tapping in with shared resources, and that could mean that motherfuckers around you is really looking out. Motherfuckers around you is basically blessing your hand with different access and different things. It ain't always just necessarily money. Like I said, it could be with great advice. It could be with support. It could be with a multitude of things. You get what I'm saying? It could be with help. It could be with a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? So when you got this transit, don't hesitate to reach out to motherfuckers and ask for help, because this is the best time to start a new connection with somebody and they invest in you. You get what I'm saying? This is a great time for a motherfucker to invest in your business ideas, or a motherfucker to invest in your music, or invest in something that you may know everything about, but you ain't necessarily got the resources. So you tap in with somebody else who got the resources. It's probably a good time for you to, you know what I'm saying? It's probably a good time for you to, you know, probably get some debt off. You know, you might can have some student loan some student loan forgiveness. You might have some credit forgiveness. You might have some debt that get off your credit. You know what I'm saying? You might be getting, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You might be getting, you know, you might be getting off child support or something. You know what I'm saying? This is all about, you know what I'm saying? You could be coming out of a debt. You know what I'm saying? Or a motherfucker can be paying what they owe you. If a motherfucker was in debt to you, they could be paying off their debt to you right now. You get what I'm saying? But basically, you could be either getting the debt off or a motherfucker repaying their debt to you. You get what I'm saying? So, the card I pulled was ironically the 8 of Cups, which, you know, if you know, this is the 8th house, and this the 8th house, and it's also the Scorpio house, which is a water sign. So, and I pulled it in reverse. So like I said, let's see what she got to say about the Eight of Cups in reverse. Like I said, we know that cups, that's about emotion, that's about deep feeling, deep connection. You know what I'm saying? That's a water. That's all about the water sign. That's anytime you see cups, that's for the water. Now in reverse, that could mean fear of change, denial, stagnation, avoidance, know what you lose, addressing fears. Now, like I said, with the sun, I also got the sun going. Like if you got the new moon going through here, then you probably got the sun going through here as well. Well, ain't no probably, you do, because the new moon and the sun are in the same fucking house. But the sun is in my 8th house right now. You get what I'm saying? So it's bringing light to a lot of my deep fears or deep internal wounds or shit that insecurities that is hidden deep inside that's coming to the light right now. You get what I'm saying? So like as an example, I'm not a motherfucker who, I like to do a lot of shit myself. I like to handle shit myself. I like to pay for my own shit. I like to pay for my own Zone. I like to do for my own pay. I like pay for my own Xbox Live. I like to do that type of shit. And this is a transit where I'm gonna have a lot of people who want to invest in me and want to buy things for me and want to share their resources with me because they believe in my value. They believe in I'm worth. They believe in my worthiness. They believe in my ideologies. They believe in me as a person. So they want to share their resources with me. They want to invest in me. They want to, pay off their debts to me. And eternally, I could be fighting this. You could turn all of this down. You get what I'm saying? So with that energy, the Eight of Cups, you need to, don't fight it. You get what I'm saying? You need to, if you got eternal wounds or nothing, like I said, bring light to that situation. Bring light to the maternal wounds and let them heal. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes the best thing sometimes you get a little wound on your hand, a little cut on your hand, and you keep that shit in a bandage too long, and you don't let it get no air and no sunlight, it won't heal as fast. So you got to bring them wounds to the light to let them motherfuckers heal up. You get what I'm saying? So this card is all about that type of energy. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for a motherfucker to help you with some resources and shit because you ain't got the same thing that they got. You'll be surprised how motherfuckers is actually want to help you right now. They prefer to help you right now more than they probably want to help themselves. Because helping you, they can give you, when a motherfucker like to share resources with you, they basically like to put the burden on you. Because if I can spend this 10,000 myself I can't blame nobody, but I can invest 10,000 to you, and if you don't bring that investment back, now I got somebody to blame for blowing 10,000. That was gonna get blew anyways. You get what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to hop in that water. You get what I'm saying? Because you like to get it a certain way. Be open to new shit. It's the new moon. You get what I'm saying? Now 9th house, that's Virgo risings. So with the Virgo risings, the 9th house is all about higher learning. It's the house of Sagittarius. You get what I'm saying? House of Jupiter. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about higher learning and travel and expansion and, seeing new shit, expressing new ideas. It's like the ideal of Zeus. Zeus, in the ideal of Zeus, that's all Jupiter. It ain't, the thunder is like when you got a light bulb above your head. It's like a lightning strike of ideas. Like, that's what the Jupiterian energy is about. It's about brand new and fresh ideas. It's about seeing new places, experiencing higher learning. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, it's a real teacher type energy. You get what I'm saying? So with the new moon in the 9th house, you know what I'm saying, for the Virgo rising, you know what I'm saying, this might be a time for you to start, pick up a new language. This might be a time for you to start a learn a new skill, learn a new trade, learn something new, add something new to your repertoire. This might be a time for you to start plan some trips. This might be a time for you to tap in and start, okay, I want to go here. I want to go here and experience this. I want to go here and experience this. This might be the time to book those flights. You get what I'm saying? This might be the time to start, if you a motherfucker who hoard a lot of knowledge or you got a lot of information or something, this might be a time for you to start teaching others. This might be a time for you to start teaching what you know and start expressing what you know to other motherfuckers. You'll be surprised at who will want to tap in and listen. You get what I'm saying? The card I pulled was the Seven of Swords. Now the swords, that's an air. That's all about the air sign. That's all about thinking. That's all about intellect. Now, let's see what Tina Gong got to say about the Seven of Swords. I pulled it upright as well. Now, you know, the seven, that's all about the number seven. That's all about spirituality, endings, investigation, reflection, introspection. You know, looking back on what just happened, and you know, like looking back on the collective everything you just did, the ending of something, the culmination of shit that just happened. You get what I'm saying? So that's having, you know, already without looking in there, that's thinking about, you know, that's thinking about past things that you did and thinking about the path you taken to get to where you at today. You get what I'm saying? Now, let's see what she got to say. Upright. It's got strategy, tactics, cunning, resourcefulness, research, keeping quiet, user position. Like, you know, with this transit going through your ninth house, Virgo risings, this probably a time to lay low. This is a time to probably take a social media cleanse. This is a time to, you know, like I did. This is a time to, you know, play the back. Motherfuckers might think you the underdog, but play that role to your advantage. Don't really take it as a slight. Take it as an advantage. Motherfuckers will never see you coming when you slap them out the face with that new shit you got. You get what I'm saying? Take this. This is the time to take a social media break because you don't. You know. You want to be low. You want to lay low. You don't really want to show your hand right now. You get what I'm saying? You want to take this time to be resourceful, to be tactical. You get what I'm saying? You want to plan out. You want to have everything planned to a T. You want to have motherfuckers doing shit and they think that they thinking for themselves, but they really just doing shit that you planned in the background for them 2 weeks ago. You get what I'm saying? So Virgo rises. That's what this is all about. The Seven of Swords. This is about cunningness. This is about deceptive. This is about playing the fool a little bit. This is about making motherfuckers think you stupid, but they don't know you the smartest motherfucker in the room. Just that type of energy. Now, Leo risings is the next one. That's you got your new moon going. For Leo risings, your 10th house is all lit up right now. You get what I'm saying? Taurus is all lit up right now in your career. So, you know what I'm saying? You really need to be putting yourself in the limelight. You really need to be putting yourself out there, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is, however you want to be seen in career, however you want to be seen status-wise, you need to be pushing that shit to the forefront. You need to be cutting yourself off from people in your family that's holding you back and that's stopping you from reaching your full potential. You need to be spending less time at the crib playing the game, watching TV, more time. If you're a rapper, less time at the crib, more time in the stew. If you're a motherfucking painter, less time at fucking Chipotle, more time in the motherfucking studio painting some shit. Like, this is the time to be putting yourself out there. If you got shit that you've been sitting on, if you got creations and creative endeavors you've been sitting on, it's time to start slicing them bitches out, sending them bitches out like hotcakes. You know what I'm saying? It's time to start serving them bitches up like dope. Dope don't sell itself. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take for you to at least put foot the pavement and serve them motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't serve them niggas where you lay. So it's gonna take for you to get off your ass and at least walk to the action, my nigga. It's time for you to get off your ass and go get to it. The card that we pulled was the Eleventh, the Guru. If you don't know how to do it, ask a nigga. You get what I'm saying? If you feeling like, you know what I'm saying, honor tradition. Like I said, dope don't sell itself. A nigga follow the rules of the game. Dope don't sell itself. You don't serve at your crib. So what that mean? That mean you gotta walk to your action. You gotta pull up on your pops, my nigga. That mean you gotta go out here and serve niggas. That mean you gotta get off your ass and use your legs, pimp. That's what this card telling you to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta honor tradition. You know what I'm saying? If the last 10 dope niggas who made $250,000 all did that, all didn't serve niggas at the crib and had to go pull up on their action, that means you gotta go do that shit. If you try to go against tradition right now with this type of energy with this new moon, you bound to drizzle down. You bound to get bust down right out the gate. You bound to get your spot ran in right out the gate. You gotta play it smart with this new moon. You got what I'm saying? With this new moon, this is start putting in the work. That's what the new moon is for you. That's what it's, the new beginnings is for you. New beginnings are you putting in work on your career and your status, because Taurus got hella placements. It's about 3 or 4. It's about 3 placements. It's about 3 planets right now. Mercury just went into Gemini, so it's about 3 other placements right now. That's all in Taurus. You get what I'm saying? That motherfucker all lit up in your 10th house. Hop out here. You get what I'm saying? You probably popping on Twitter and you probably popping on Twitter and ain't using none of that notoriety to do shit. You popping on the gram and ain't using none of that notoriety to do shit. When you creative as shit, when you got shit that you want to do, when you got a way that you want to be seen in the creative community, but you ain't doing shit with it. This to start to tell you, start doing something. You get what I'm saying? Now next, after we got the Leo risings, we got the I'm having a burn. We got new moon in the 11th house though. So we would have, that would be Cancer risings. Yeah, I believe so. I believe these Cancer risings. So 11th house, Cancer risings. This is all about shining the new moon. The new moon is bringing fresh starts to your friendships and your friendships and your associates. The way that you see your friendships. You might be having some new friends that come on, some new associates that come into your life that feel like family, that feel like, damn, I feel like since I met this motherfucker, we've been kicking it every day, and this bitch feel like my best friend. And my best friend feel like a stranger, feel like a bitch off the street. I don't even know that bitch. She acting brand new. I don't know what the fuck the vibes is. You get what I'm saying? This with the new moon going through your 11th house, this telling you need to cut that old best friend off. I don't care how many years y'all put in. The type of shit that she don't represent you no more. It's time for you to move on with your life and for her to move on with your life, because you got new friends and associates who make you feel whole and got your back. If you ain't got no friends who you can call at 2 in the morning and come and get you out of jam, you know what I'm saying? Then they not really your friends. These new friends who you just met a couple months ago, who you been kicking it with every day, they come and get you out of jams. You get what I'm saying? Them old friends, you might be a motherfucker who, let's say you might be a motherfucker who making a lot of money right now, so you want to kick it and have fun. You want to go out. You want to have fun. You want to have girls' night and shit. You get what I'm saying? But you got old friends who not making as much money. They working a bum ass 9 to 5. They not making as much money. You know what I'm saying? So they not kicking it with you, and you may not be holding no grudge, but they see you hanging out with new motherfuckers, and they like, damn, shawty, you kicking it with new motherfuckers, and you hanging out with new motherfuckers, and you posting new girlfriends and shit. We supposed to be besties. You ain't called me in a month, and you like, bitch, you broke. I'm going out and doing shit with bitches who having money. You get what I'm saying? I'm going out and hanging out with motherfuckers who my peers. Unfortunately, you not my peer no more. You broke as a bitch and I ain't broke. And I ain't the nigga who called this. I ain't call you to tell you that you tripping. You calling me to tell me that I'm tripping. Which further lets me know that you ain't the nigga that I'm aligned with. So let's use this time for me to tell you I don't even fuck with you no more. Let's use this time for me to tell you I'm good on you all the way. You ain't even got to hit me with that long ass speech no more, because I'm good on you, pimp. You get what I'm saying? I got new friends that I'm kicking it with, and we rocking out. If down the line the shit don't work out, then fine. But right now, these friends feel like family. These friends got my back. I'm kicking it with these motherfuckers. The card I pulled for the 11th house was the Knight of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Knight, that's kind of like the teenager energy. That's kind of like the coming of age energy. You get what I'm saying? That's like you know, like them old 2000 coming of age movies and shit. That's like that type of energy. You starting to know yourself and know your place in the world a little bit. And with the Pentacles, we know that's the Pentacles, that's earth energy. That's stability. That's reality. That's substance. That's shit that you can reach out and physically and touch. So that's so out the gate when I opening that tarot book, you know, this is realizing so this is coming to realization with your surroundings, and coming to realization to shit that's building your stability, that's in your reality. This is coming to terms with shit that's going on in your reality, in your world, that you might have been blind to in the past. This is bringing fresh light to it. This is bringing new light to it with that new moon. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, you might have been, you know what I'm saying? You might have been had, this friend might have been ain't shit, and you might have been outgrew her. You get what I'm saying? But you might have been outgrew this nigga. He smoke OG and you smoke Za. And you get tired, you mad every time he pull up with that weak ass OG because they don't even get you high, and you feel like he only pull up because he know you smoke Za. You don't fuck with this nigga, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's cool. So with this Knight of Pentacles energy, what I opened in the book first, this is you coming to that realization. This is you like, oh damn, okay, man. And then the first time that he come and you ain't got no Zaya, he pulling up and he smoking some OG, and your Zaya ain't came through yet, and he talking shit like, damn, bro, I smoked my weed with you and you ain't even smoking, and you gotta get on his ass like, nigga, I don't even get high off that bum ass OG, nigga. I smoke big boy Za. My shit costing 60, 70, and 3.5, bro. Tracy, bro, stop playing. You really can move on. Here, take $10 on that weak ass blunt, and you ain't gotta hit my line of smoke no more since it's a problem. That type of energy with that Knight of Pentacles. You get what I'm saying? Let's see what she got to say about that shit though. With that Knight of Pentacles, she say some key words she got is patience, responsibility, or responsible, honest, guarded, cautious. Let discomfort motivate, appreciate the journey, being efficient, and like I said, those are all terms that, kind of fit into what I'm saying, but more so, I feel like this energy is telling you to stand firm in the shit that you believe in. Like I said, I don't care if you knew this bitch 25 years. Y'all got second grade pictures together. Man, for the last couple years, this bitch been going off the deep end, bro. It's time for you to take some steps and cut that situation off, no matter how hard that might be. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, you might gotta be cautious about how you do it. You don't want to rub motherfuckers the wrong way, but you need to start distancing yourself from shit that don't serve you no more. You get what I'm saying? And people who don't align with you anymore. You gotta find your tribe, and you will never find your tribe but a tribe full of old motherfuckers who got old energy from some shit that you used to do, or ways that you used to feel. You get what I'm saying? Now, last but not least, we got Gemini risings, and with Gemini rising with the 12th house, with the new moon going through your 12th house, this is bringing light to like your subconscious. This is shining light on your subconscious and bringing it to a reality. You get what I'm saying? Like, with this type of energy, you want to be paying attention to your dreams right now. You get what I'm saying? Because your dreams could be bringing in some new ideologies, some new ideas, some new pathways. Because the 12th house, that's all about, the spirituality, astral plane, dreams. You get what I'm saying? Subconscious, shit like that. But, mostly this could be the start of you starting to channel your subconscious thoughts, your subconscious desires. And it could be good or bad, because if you're not doing spiritual work and you're not aware of your subconscious desires, they can manifest in ways that you're not consciously aware of. Like, for example, you might be a nigga who divorced, or your wife cheated on you and you divorced, and you really depressed and sad about that shit. But as a nigga, you really don't have nobody to talk to, and it's frowned upon for you to be sad about that shit. To you out here, you buying pussy, you putting on a smile for the gram and for social media, acting like you fine and getting lit every day, but you really getting lit and getting drunk every day, and you really sad. Your soul really sad as a bitch. You get what I'm saying? And so subconsciously you sad. Subconsciously you miserable. So what do you do when you subconsciously miserable? You kill yourself with drugs and alcohol. Yeah, smoking weed and doing shit and drinking is cool occasionally or whatever. Smoking is cool or whatever. But if you consistently popping pills and popping perks and doing hard drugs and hard liquor and you doing it on a daily basis and you covering it as, oh, I'm just getting lit. A lot of times those are subconscious fears, desires, and fears, desires, and you know, niggas be distraught, niggas be fucked up mentally, and it's subconsciously come out as partying and drinking and shit. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you a motherfucker who is aware of your subconscious thoughts, you aware of yourself spiritually, and you know that you sad about that shit, then you can channel that sad energy into passion and put your passion into a passion project. That's how a motherfucker like Usher, you know, break up with his bitch and have a situation, and then instead of going and crying like Robin Thicke and naming his album after his bitch and dropping a terrible album, he dropped a classic called Confessions. You get what I'm saying? Because he aware of his spiritual self and can channel, you know what I'm saying, can channel his subconscious thoughts, his subconscious sadness, his subconscious upset, his subconscious regret, all of that shit into great music. You get what I'm saying? If you're aware of yourself spiritually, then you got the power to do that type of shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's really doing a lot of shadow work here, which is ironic because the card I pulled was the devil card. And niggas think the devil card is just about being a devil. But the devil card is really about, man, bringing your shadow side, illuminating your shadow side. You get what I'm saying? Bringing your shadow side to the light. Because if you put your secrets, if it's like this the devil card is basically the energy of Eminem from 8 Mile. Remember Eminem, if you ever seen 8 Mile, it's one of the freestyle battles when he rapped against Papa Doc, where he rapped over the time and he really started dissing himself. And the reason why he won the battle was because he took power, he took power over all his flaws. You get what I'm saying? He put all his flaws on the table for everybody to see, and he laid it out there and dissed himself before that nigga had a chance to diss him, to the point where Papa Doc didn't even have nothing to say. He put the mic down. That's what this energy is about. If you put your fears out on the table, if you face your fears, then you ain't got nothing to be fearful about. If you put all your flaws out on the table, the shit that motherfuckers say and bring up can't hurt you, because you the nigga who dropped the bomb. It's the type of energy, if a motherfucker finna leak your nudes, you just start an OnlyFans and start profiting off your nudes, because shit, you know what I'm saying? That type of energy. A nigga finna drop your nudes, instead of him dropping your nudes, you start an OnlyFans and make 10 bands off them nudes, off said nudes, before he can even drop them, because you channeling your shadow side. You illuminating your shadow self. You get what I'm saying? That type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And my phone on 10%. I'm finna get up out of here. My girl gotta make content. I went way too long. I'm at an hour. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, that was a tarot transit reading through the houses for full moon or new moon. In this case, new moon partial eclipse in Taurus. Hope that shit resonated with you niggas, man. Hope that shit resonated with y'all out there, bro. I would say like and subscribe, but it's like 5 niggas finna see this. I'ma holla at y'all in 2 years when I got like 50,000 though. All right.